Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton in Brooklyn Park. Here's a look at today's top stories.
At a time when many recreation options are still on pause due to COVID-19, camping has risen in popularity.
Camping is more popular than ever this year, so their business is booming, which is really good for us to provide more work opportunities.
Bill Schultz is interim CEO of the nonprofit Opportunity Partners. And here at the organization's Asplin Center in Plymouth, adults with intellectual developmental disabilities are benefiting from the camping craze.
Yeah, I like it.
Laura Green is one of the people who come here for work. And today, she's one of dozens helping to put labels on discs that people use to start campfires.
I love it.
That joy is especially apparent considering that for much of the pandemic, Opportunity Partners had to shut down this program and others like it to help limit the spread of the coronavirus.
Initially, when we closed down, it was our own decision. We wanted to keep people safe.
And when they thought about reopening, state officials decided it wasn't the best idea.
And the biggest reason was they were having outbreaks in nursing homes, and they were concerned about group home settings. And they have had some outbreaks there, so they really wanted to keep that to a minimum. It was a big driver.
The decision had a two-pronged effect. Not only did Opportunity Partners take a big financial hit, but those who rely on these services endured the mental toll of social isolation.
Just being stuck at home.
So as of mid-July, Opportunity Partners and other day service programs for people with disabilities were allowed to reopen on a limited basis.
What you're seeing now is just a fraction. Traditionally, we have several hundred people that come into our programs, and currently we're only able to offer that to, less than 200 people coming back.
There's no word on when they'll be able to operate at their pre-coronavirus levels, but the plan is to work with the State Department of Human Services to let them know what they're doing from a safety standpoint, and hopefully get things back to normal at some point.
We need to get people back engaged, back into the programs that we have to help support them and help them build their skills.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
We brew fresh every day, 7 days a week.
Brooklyn Center has become the unofficial beverage capital of Minnesota. From Caribou Coffee to Surly Brewing to now Bizzy Coffee.
The coffee comes into these large super sacks.
No one goes thirsty in this suburb. Bizzy Coffee is the new drink on the block, and in just 5 years has created quite a buzz in the world of cold brew.
We are the #1 bestseller on Amazon for our ground coffee for people that want to make cold brew themselves. And we've actually held that spot for 25 months consecutively.
Bizzy specializes in 2 product lines: ground coffee for cold brewing enthusiasts and a pre-brewed ready-to-drink version. Sales of the cold brew concentrate are exploding online.
You can follow our recipe on the side.
People like the ability to make the coffee themselves.
You're just going to press the grounds to the bottom, pour over ice, and then enjoy your cup of cold brew. And then you can put this in the fridge and use it a day or two later as well.
Meanwhile, Bizzy Coffee's liquid product is available in most supermarkets.
We're in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois.
Co-founders Alex French and Andrew Healy have been best friends since middle school. There were a few setbacks when they launched Bizzy Coffee, but now they have discovered liquid gold.
This is certainly where we did expect to be. Maybe it took a little bit longer, but we certainly expected to be a national brand.
Bizzy Coffee has 19 employees, and the company expects to grow. Someday, French and Healy believe Bizzy will outperform industry powerhouse Starbucks.
Our goal is to be the #1 market share in cold brew coffee in the country and then hopefully at some point in the world.
The Bizzy belief is that cold brew is the future of coffee, that the next generation won't be buying sodas or energy drinks, but will gravitate to coffee.
Cold coffee, specifically cold brew, is smoother. It tastes sweet, but it's unsweetened, and you can customize it however you want.
Bizzy Coffee is expanding its footprint. This week, the cold brew will be available in stores in Northern California, and next month, the desert Southwest. In Brooklyn Center, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Which one should I choose?
It's a question Avery MOVERN asks every week. The Birch Grove Elementary School third grader has to decide.
Lots of options to choose from.
What kind of art he'll create.
made a big robot.
But having the option to craft art wasn't always this easy.
Lots of options.
Especially during distance learning.
Avery would be one of the students that didn't have, like, oh, we didn't have watercolors, or we didn't have shaded pencils, or certain things.
So what we got here is
Birch Grove art teacher Corey Brown noticed other families struggle to get art supplies for her class.
I wanted to find a way to connect with my students and people in the community and get art supplies to people who might not have them.
Miss Brown began her journey to transform old newsstands to art exchange boxes. You'll see one located permanently at Birch Grove Elementary, and the other travels throughout different schools.
I have been getting some donations from people who just send me money in the mail or via PayPal.
The bulk of the funds came from both the Birch Grove Parent-Teacher Organization and an online teacher fundraiser.
It's completely free.
Avery even got to name one of the art boxes George Bobcat Rocket.
Because of the remembrance of George Floyd, because Black Lives Matter.
He draws from a lot of inspiration from the world and life experiences and so forth.
And with all that inspiration, now Avery and other kids have the art tools to express it.
Next we have some pipe cleaners.
In Brooklyn Center, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
And mosaic squares.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.